Cool. Am I continuing to drone, or am I making roaches now?
Depending upon how many roaches you see, he could be hiding some in his main. For now, I'd still be trickling in some drones, but starting to get your roach numbers up. So maybe make, I don't know, make 4 roaches right now. Start +1 timing attack, or +1 attack, yeah. And then just make the rest of your larvae into roaches.
So, back door's down. I would poke, but we're playing the computer.
Yeah. Okay, well, now
he's pushing out. So
just
now
make
I poke.
4 roaches, 5 roaches or so, just enough to hold it off. Go ahead, start your overseer.
Oh yeah, the gas for that.
And start producing overlords 2 at a time. So go ahead and get roach speed and then burrow.
Oops, that would be backwards. And now I'm just cranking out roaches until I attack.
Yep. So go ahead, scout in with the overseer. Delay the hatchery. And yeah, exactly. From this point on, you're just going to be producing roaches until you take the expansion. Timing from there.
And in any of these cases, if I see Spire, what is my response?
Your response is, because you already have the evolution chamber, you can immediately make spore colonies. You'd want to counter with roaches immediately, unless they went roach into muta, and then you kind of just, it would have delayed their Spire enough to where you could just go straight Hydralisk den, make a second queen, and then have enough Hydra to deal with the Mutalisk by the time that it comes up.
Okay.
So you just want to make 2 spore colonies against one base, or against like a quick Spire, and then against Roach into Spire, just Hydralisk, and you should be fine.
Okay.
All right, and just go ahead and expand, timing attack, and then same thing from here. Just turns into straight and faster as your expansion finishes. Morph a second overseer if he's been delaying your hatchery at all.
That was my sneezing girlfriend. She just got home. Hi!
Nice.
She says she likes Terran. I have to leave her now.
Oh no. That's hilarious. She play at all?
A little bit. She's not,
Yeah,
she's a girl, so she's bad. Ow, she just punched me.
Oh man. Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, so, from here, exactly how to transition.
Yep.
The next thing, I guess let's work on would be just the Roach speed, or Speedling Baneling versus Speedling Baneling.
Okay.
Alright. Now, Speedling Baneling is kind of simple and very complex at the same time. The actual micro it takes to do it, extremely hard, but if you know what you're doing, it simplifies it a ton. Basically, there's a few things you need to know.
Okay.
In order to be efficient, you want to lose at most 1 or 2 Zerglings per Baneling. And so, obviously 2 Zerglings cost 50 minerals, 1 Baneling costs 50 minerals, 25 gas. So eventually you're going to be coming ahead because of that.
Yes.
And the other thing you need to know is 2 Banelings kills 1 Baneling. So if you bunch up, or you decide to morph 4 Banelings right next to each other, you send them to your opponent's mineral line, and he just sends 2 Banelings into it. It's cost effective for him.
Yes.
And so you don't want to morph Banelings in bunches of more than 2. All right,
Okay.
and so that's pretty much it. All you're going to be doing with Zergling Baneling versus Zergling Baneling is just be producing Zerglings. After the 15 drone supply mark, it's extremely hard to kind of mix in drones unless you gain some sort of map control. It's played much like tug of war. Each person's trying to kind of push the opponent closer to his own base and kind of get the banelings closer to the opponent's mineral line. And so all you're doing is, as soon as you morph your Zerglings into the baneling cocoons, you immediately just rally them straight to your opponent's mineral line, and then forget about them. Force your opponent to deal with them, and he's going to be probably doing the same exact thing to you. So then from there on, you want to just kind of trail back with your Zerglings, play some catch micro, deselect 2 or 1 Zergling per baneling, and just try and use it to push your opponent towards his base. The other subtle little adjustments you can do is, if you're really good, you can kind of start hiding Zerglings around the map. Maybe run 2 Zerglings to your opponent's expansion, behind his expansion, morph those into banelings, and run those into your opponent's base. And you always want to do 2 at a time, because that's what kills drones as well.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Same thing. I'm just going to walk you through it one time, and then we're going to do the same. Just do it against each other. And let's pick a good map for this.
Hopefully the computer won't go Roach this time.
Yeah. No. Yeah, this is going to be impossible to practice against a computer, so it's actually bad to practice this one against a computer. So I'm just going to put computer on super easy or something.
All
right.
So we're just morphing banelings in sets of 2, not clumped up, rallying them to the base as soon as they're made into cocoons, and then just controlling by Zerglings. That's all.
Yep.
Without missing injects and etc.
Yeah, that's the difficult part, because you're going to be spending so much time microing. It's hard to, really find the time to look away in order to get those injects.
So Jeff likes to send my Overlord to the nearby ground position. You have an opinion on that? Is that only against Protoss, or is that in all matchups?
I actually told him that. So
yeah,
yeah, it's only against Protoss, and the reasoning is because I can scout the early scouting probe coming to your base. There's no advantage to sending it to close air positions, because any good Protosser is going to just send a probe to the side of the base. He immediately knows where you are, can block your expansion.
Okay.
But by scouting the opposite way, you gain an advantage in knowing that immediately as he's scouting that he's close positions to you, and so you can choose to do your pool gas build opening and just make subtle little adjustments like that. You obviously wouldn't go hatchery first or something like that.
Cool.
So,
That's that helps me understand it a little better.
Yep.
I was hoping he'd qualify last night. He got really close, but
I know, he lost to Moon.
Was that who it was?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Oh well. It's a tough group.
Man. That's got to make it feel good for the next time he tries, though, right? Why
yeah,
is there
definitely.
a drone right here? We'll just pretend
It's
that
alright.
didn't happen.
It's okay.
He's a scout.
Alright, drone and then Overlord? Yeah. Is computer 6
Is
pulling
it
it?
fucking cheesing me?
That'd be hilarious. Very easy, and then it just 6 pulls you and beats you.
Oh, that would be so brutal.
Yep. Alright, yeah, just start adjusting your Overlords to scout in between bases.
Oh yeah, good call. Getting distracted.
It's alright. Typically I make 4 or 6 Zerglings as the pool finishes. Well, I mean, I'll make my Queen speed first, and then I'll make 4 to 6 Zerglings, depending upon if I want to kind of gain a Zergling timing advantage. I'll make the 6 Zerglings, but you can get your Baneling nest up quicker if you go 4.
Okay.
So
Just go ahead and went with 6.
just make 6. Start your Baneling nest, and then Let's go from there.
You have any opinion or, I guess, statement on building placement?
Zerg vs. Zerg, to help kind of defend against Banelings, it's good to kind of place buildings in between Vespian Geysers and Hatcheries, but at the same time they're much easier to scout early on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're kind of trying to hold something off, the Ling Baneling, like once it gets that close to your base, you're probably in trouble anyway.
Okay.
So, not too partial to it, but... Alright, so yeah, you...
going everything.
Yep. With Zergling Baneling, you don't really want to move past the midpoint of the map early on. Just because, you know...
Even with these first lings?
No, because they're going to be having Zerglings on your side of the map as well. Now,
Okay.
as you... Okay, this is key. As you first start morphing Banelings, you only want to morph 2. And the reasoning is, if you go ahead and you spend your 178 Vespian gas on Banelings right now, I'm just going to not morph Banelings and kill you. So you just kind of want to play defense until these first 2 Banelings get up, and then you can go ahead and start morphing more Banelings.
Okay, so if you see like 6 Banes, you just go counter.
Yeah, you just... I would just kill the Banes while they're morphing, because you're both going to be right in front of each other.
Gotcha.
Now you can go ahead. Yeah, you definitely... yeah, okay. Well, this is pretty simple enough. Alright. So that's typically the opening. And as far as transitions out of this, it's almost impossible to transition out of Ling Baneling, and the reasoning is because it's a fight for map control.
Right.
The only time you might want to is if he's going defensive Baneling with a spine crawler, and you can't just keep pushing into it,
Right.
so you go ahead and just start droning up. But then again, he's like behind on economy because he had to make the spine crawler. If you're way ahead, you know, and you're pushing them to their base, you can transition, but there's not really a point because you're about to kill them anyway.
Right. So if we decide to go Ling Baneling, we're going Ling Baneling forever.
For the most part, yeah. The only transition I can think of is against defensive Ling Baneling with a spine crawler. Like,
Okay.
if they make a spine crawler and you can't really overwhelm the spine crawler, you want to just start adjusting.
Okay. Well, let's
Alright.
run it. I'll beat you really bad and embarrass you on the screen.
Sounds good.
I can't believe that was Moon that aim control ran into.
Yeah, yeah.
What a bitch. Do you know how close he got? Like, did he take games?
He lost 1-2, so it was very close.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh well, poor Jeff. I was really rooting for him.
I would have loved to see his big ass in that booth.
Yeah, I know. Just a mohawk. America.
That would be awesome.
Alright.
Alright, let's do this. How often do you go Ling Baneling these days? Is it something you're doing regularly?
Probably 70 or 80% of my games.
Wow.
This is my opening. Like, this is how me and Idra open most of the time. Yeah, obviously you'd always want to go hatch first in these